What is up, my beans? This is the Red Bean Professor coming at you with a new deck tech. Now, this deck tech is for Shao. Yes, why would a fire player decide to show y'all how to play Shao? It's a very good question. I have an inside joke between my Shao players where I ask them, what's your BPM? Bounces per minute. Because you just returned 3 things to my hand that would have made a difference the next turn. But I digress. Now, what we're going to do is a top-down view of my Shao deck, and I have went through the Discord and saw other people's decks. Now, the regionals has not happened yet. It's going to happen in 2 days on Saturday, and we're going to start seeing the regional decks. But based off of what other people built for Shao, I built my own Shao deck, and I think it is as close to meta as possible. And surprisingly enough, where I had a view that Shao wasn't that good of a deck at the beginning, because everybody wanted to play Fire and Lightning, Shao has ranked her way up into a lot of first and second places. So this is a very decent, I wouldn't say right there at the meta, but it's like a percentage off from being the meta Shao. But like I said, we're going to do a top-down view, so let's get into it. All right, so let's get started with our leader, Shao here. Shao has a once-turn response, which means during your opponent's attack phase, you're able to respond. You pay 1 IKZ to reduce a leader or an entity attack by 1 until the end of the turn, which there's another card over in the 1-cost pile that is going to go great with this. It's a way of sandbagging people into the later game. Now, the Hydromancy Gate states that if you tap, portal an untapped entity from the alley into the garden, then you may untap IKZ up to the portal or the gate of the portal card. So if it's a 3-cost like her, and I bring her up to the garden, I'm going to tap 1 IKZ. So I get to untap it if I use the Hydromancy Gate. All right, so let's go to our 1 cost. We got our searcher here, Hayabusa Ito, and he works with Mirage Frog and Fumiko on his ability, if you want. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 watercrafting card and add to your hand. Then bottom deck the rest in any order. I run 4 of him. Hayabusa Saburo, I run about 2 of him. And then on play, if you play 2 other entities this turn, draw 1. So Fumiko or Mirage Frog can, make them possibly give you that card draw. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it's also not the hardest thing to do to get to that card draw. Now I run 3 Rays. She has no flavor text. She's just a 1/2. No gate either. And then Mocking Dummy. I run 3 of those. Now, one thing I do want to state is Hayabusa and Ito and Saburo, they both pay for themselves at the gate. So if you put them in the garden, you gate them up, you'll untap 1 IKZ. So turn 1, decent turn 1 play right there. Mirage Frog. This is a fun card. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Anyway, so we're in 4 Mirage Frogs. And on play, you may discard 1, return an entity with a cost of 2 or less in any garden to its owner's hand. So your own garden or their garden. So that's where you bounce the searcher back to hand, and then you pay the IKZ and play them out. All right, so we run 4 Mirage Frogs. I should have just said 1, but I'll be honest, we run 4 of those. Benzai the Merchant. On play, draw 1. So that's some card draw. We have 4 of those. And then Foamback Crab, the Sandbagger, just like Mocking Dummy. He has Defender, but he also says this card cannot take damage from card effects, which is pretty decent. He can also hop in front of an attack, going towards your Shao or something else. Says, no, I'm not going to let that damage happen. It'll probably die with a 0/1, but it will slow the game down. I run 4 of those, unfortunately. Anyway, we're going to go to Fumiko. She's a 3-cost. Can you tell I'm excited about this deck? I love playing against this deck. On play, you may return an entity in your garden to your hand. Play an entity with cost of 2 or less from your hand. Hayabusa, the older one that does the card search, would be a great card to play off of Fumiko. Mizuki. I run 3 of her, by the way. Mizuki, I run 4 of. She's a 5-cost, and she can get you 2 back, so garden, you untap 2. On play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 water card with a cost of 2 or less, and add it to your hand. Then bottom deck the rest in any order. You may play the card in the alley if it's an entity card, so it can go straight to the alley without having to pay for it, which is dope, I guess. One can play. I run 2 Gin and Tonics. So on play, your opponent chooses 1. You draw 2 cards or deal 3 damage to their leaders. You might think there's a simple answer between those both, but there really isn't. I've seen people struggle so much. Hey, cards in hand, life total, cards in hand again. Dude, I sat there for 2 minutes one time with somebody. I was trying to decide if I'm going to put cards into my hand or if they're going to take the damage. They end up taking the damage, surprisingly. All right, so I run 2 of those. Mizuryu, Fist Master. He's a 7 cost. I run 2 of him, and he can net you 3 more IKZ back if you play him in the garden. In alley only ability, main, you may bottom deck this card, put up to 2 entity cards with a combined cost of 5 or less in your opponent's garden to the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. So it's a little bit of board removal if you're able to do that. Now, my highest cost is an 8, and she will net you 2, but it's Ren. It's Ren. It is Ren. On play, you must discard your hand, return all other entities in each player's garden to their owner's hand. So if you can play out stuff before you drop her, that would be great. Like if you could play a 1 cost that can gate open 1, get something out of your hand before you completely discard your hand. It'd be nice, but this is a game closing type card, and I only run 1 of her. Now we have Sundering Strike, which is a great tech in my opinion. I run 4 of this. It is a response, so it will happen during your opponent's attack phase. Deal 1 damage to an entity in your opponent's garden. It's going to tick off the fire and lightning players. God help them. That would be me. All right, so I run 4 of Mizuryu's Torrent, which I also have the pretty art right here. So we're just going to do the pretty art one. So, main, put up to 2 entities with a combined cost of 5 or less in your opponent's garden to the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. Disgusting. Disgusting. All right. Pulled under, I run 2 of. It is a 6 cost, and you put an entity with a 7 cost or less in your opponent's garden to the bottom of its owner's deck. This is mainly against the Earth players. I know it can't really affect, I don't think it can affect Ted Fey. I'm pretty sure it can't. So that's unfortunate, but you also have that Stone Masked Ancient that it can affect, so it can remove it. I do run 4 Tensions, which is another great tech piece I feel like belongs in most decks, and on play, deal up to 1 damage to a leader. So that about sums up the Shao. We're going to go back to me and finish out this video. All right. Hey, Shao players, BPM, bounces per minute. I'm looking forward to all you Shao players that watched this video and decided, hey, the Red Beam Professor provided me a Shao deck to play against him. I look forward to it so freaking much. But to wrap things all up, I am a smaller YouTuber, so every single one of you subscribers that have subscribed to me currently, thank you from the bottom of my heart. But if you have it in you and haven't subscribed yet, if you could please subscribe, it helps the Azuki community grow, and it helps us get larger. Also, go to your LGS and tell them to put Azuki on the shelves if they haven't already before the next box set comes out. You can call it Season 2 or whatever you want to call it. But yes, the next box set is coming out in winter, so make sure your TCGs are putting it on the shelf. If you can like this video, and if you have any comments about how to play Shao even better than I can, because you can, easily, because I haven't played that much Shao, please do. But until next time, remember guys, don't be salty, have a wonderful time playing Azuki, and be polite as possible to each other. This has been the Red Beam Professor. Adios, mi amigos.